All right, game number one in between Smile and GCAT. It's do or die in the low bracket. And Smile coming into this one, trying to stay alive in the competition, bringing a singular 60TP, double I7, an S-Kong, double CS63, and the STRV 103B.
I'm liking that pick. Yeah, the Stridsvan 103B is one of those tanks that really you don't see quite frequently, but for Prokhorovka, this is a staple pick almost. Now, the two positions that for that Stridsvan where they could take fly is either on the one line or alternatively it will be the A0 position, as you can tuck it in quite rather nicely and rain fire over the whole of the right side, really. On the side of the GCAT, it's a little bit more of a tame lineup, I have to say. The double CSs, the E5s, the Skunk, the I7s, and the 277 to come through. It's not too bad. It's a little bit more of a, well, down to earth, let's call it that, of a lineup. But curious to see that there's already an attempt to try to take control of the right side of the railroad.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Double CS, Sebastian and Bova getting sent towards that F0 position. And that is actually a bit concerning for Smile here, because that means that if those tanks by GCAT on that zero line decide to overpush, good shot by Sebastian, by the way, to knock over that tree. There's a lot of cheeky positions on Prokhorovka that you can do that on. If you have watched my map guide about it recently, then you would know, especially on that one line. All of those shenanigans aside, though, there is a push forming up by the side of GCAT, but now that the double CS has been reinforced with double I7, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, the problem as well is the Stridsvan actually didn't go to the A0. It is still on a railroad and will be able to provide the crossfire, so this is a very dangerous one to go. Handsome needs to pull back, but no, it's a full commit. GCAT just committed 3 tanks to the absolute bloodbath with Rico already on 1000 HP. This is not looking particularly pretty. That does, though, take the heat off him.
Yeah, Bova here now chasing after Tip, who is down towards a 2-shot in that CS63. Does take one more. The SRV from the backline starting to miss, but the DPM still coming in. This is an overmatch for Smile that GCAT committed into for no apparent reason whatsoever. An absolute blunder on that zero line by the home team.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge and severe misplay for GCAT. Already an ammo rack to 277, not going to do much of a play here either. And Buhui still sitting around the 1-2 line, not too sure what's the point there really at this point, as Fluky already gets the better of everybody. And it is basically just all about finishing up the play. Fly still gets to basically just chill on the railroad and keep on farming some damage. As of now, well, for GCAT, the first round is basically forfeit.
I have so many questions, Cthulhu. Like, there was one CS, like, only one of the 2 CSs was spotted going towards the F0 position. Alright, granted. But the double IS-7 was seen as well. Like, why would you commit in with 277, with an IS-7, and with the CS on towards what you know is at least equal numbers? That does not make any sense in my mind.
To be fair, it is somewhat of a rarity to stack right by the hill. Usually you would have some fairly even spread on the defense. You'd have some presence around the 1-2 line as well. So it's somewhat understandable what GCAT wanted to do, but unfortunately for them, Smile read them like a book and played them like a fiddle, because at this point, yeah, it's all down to Buhui and Cousin. Cousin doesn't look particularly too comfortable in his position, as Sebastian is, well, looming over. Probably will have the shot as well to get the finisher. So after that, yeah, look, just farm the end damage, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. GCAT here coming into this round number 1, and honestly, I have to question the decision-making more than the opening. The opening, in my opinion, was fine. But the thing is, every single time good ram by Dodoma to finish it off. That is a way to gain confidence. 1-0 for the time being. Well, game number 2 in between GCAT and Smile. GCAT coming into this one looking to equalize the scoreline. Double 60TP, double I7, 1 S-Kong, and double CS63.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the side of the Smile, it is a very aggressive lineup that they are bringing in. The double 277, the triple IS, and the CS63 on the double as well. So, look, I'm looking at this, and it instantly tells me that, you know, we are probably looking at a few of the hyper aggro strats here from the Smile, because otherwise they would have brought at least a little bit more of the DPM sort of tanks. But looking at the spread overall, yeah, this looks like maybe the ball congestion, a few of the mid-ridge, and that's where the brawl might just happen. So key here is going to be Cousin to get the spot and then get the heck out.
Well, he does see a singular 277, but not a lot else. So that means that the triple I7 with that power move into the ditch is going to stay uncontested for now. They're just going to send Fluky here, leaving Dodoma and OP unspotted. So some positions taken here by the team of Smile. Slow opening, no damage taken as of yet. I think we're seeing an established currently by the American team. Fluky got spotted. He knows something is a foul in the state of Prokhorovka, trying to get those blind shots off. No connections so far.
Yeah. In the meantime, Dodoma, OP Hacker, and Sebastian starting to make a rotate for the zero-line hill. This is where Cousin should be able to spot them as well. So overall, I gotta say, GCAT, whilst a slightly more of a passive lineup that they are introducing here and the setup of those tanks, this is a really good coverage of the whole map. They get a plenty amount of the information. The problem being now is how they respond, how they receive the push that is bound to come to them at some point here. Though, you know, I mean, still 6.5 minutes to go, so plenty of time to really decide what Smile is going to do.
Yeah. Smile here are definitely slowing things down a pace. Not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, there is 8 minutes in a single round. That is a lot of seconds to play with. They have used 2 minutes of that. Sebastian now trying to go on towards the hill. He doesn't get spotted out by Cousin as of yet. Both of those with HP modules. I think for Cousin it's the experimental one. For Sebastian it is the bond hardening as Sebastian does start to commit in. He's going to maybe secure the hill. Cousin lining up a shot here, decides to move away.
Yeah, might have to bail out in a second. Not spotted though. Amidst all of this, not spotted at all, so that deters Sebastian from keep on pushing, at least for the time being, though Cousin now falling back means that the whole hill has been given back away to the Smile. So without even any damage brought out, this is so far a good coverage for Smile. Now it's just about a half map split between the two teams, though Fluky's position might be the key one, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Fluky here obviously trying to get spotted then and again, just trying to narrow down the angles from which those sidelines are coming in. Maybe he's going to get some more accurate blind fire off with that. We'll have to wait and see. And once again, an IS-7 with Grousers. So that equipment really starting to come in here now. The push being lined up for the side of Smile. Handsome would be on the receiving end of that one. We'll have to wait and see if they're able to blast him out of existence. Fluky taking the first shot. Now the push starting here. Fly, OP to Doma. They do see Handsome. It is not a push. It is a peak. And what a blast. Handsome down towards 700.
Funnily enough, though, the HP differential is still mighty fine towards GCAT, though not for long. Handsome might fall in just a few more moments. Ammo rack down for Fly. That means that either he gets that repaired or we'll have to wait until the repair kit is back up and running. So that could mean a few more problems later down the line. But the response, the receive from GCAT, that was phenomenal. That double 6 TP, I believe that's a double 6 TP unless I'm thinking that it's a 6 TP and a skunk. Regardless of that, the receive was good.
Yeah, I mean, the first salvo from Smile was good. It was just that the follow-up didn't find any success, right? And now we see Smile, well, I would say they have done themselves kind of a disservice because they didn't get they didn't get Handsome out of the game. And now on the tanks that they actually want to be pushing with, on one of the IS-7s, there is a lot of HP missing. One of the 277s, there is a lot of HP missing.
Yeah, but now they're gearing up for the push on the 1-2 line, trying to conceal themselves as much as possible. TYP should spot them fairly soon, and the receive should work out here as long as the 6 TP that was on a railroad still has a nice position to keep firing from, though I believe It might be spotted very soon. TYP, yes, notices the point. There's the receive coming in. Will Smile be able to break through the blockade, though?
Oh, the 60 TP rotation for GCAT coming in just in time, and Tip, he is not spotted yet. He is going to stay quietly in that bush. He is not going to move. Rico and Buhui are going to receive. There is an IS-7 in the corner as well. This is just a slaughterhouse at this point. Tip hasn't even opened fire yet. The receive is just picture perfect by the team of GCAT. Smile just melting away like ice in the sunshine. Finally, Tip does open up fire, but that just means one additional gun that is aimed. Yes, the I-7 in the corner does go down, and the HP for some reason are still close, but now the repush does get sounded.
Yeah, now that the TYP is now all of a sudden low on HP, his reveal definitely cost him his life. The guns are still fairly even. That's another Ignite. That is great. The Doma out of the equation means a lot less problems. Now the WCS63 are going to be the problem. The timer is starting to go as well. Very close to conclusion too. Lop should be the next one to fall here as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean, both of those teams here trying to do what they can to wrangle the match in their favor. Sebastian does start to commit in onto Ansem in the background, but Lop is gonna get cleared up here momentarily by that 60 TP. The meaty 750 Alpha gun to shut it out. And as the dust settles, it is GCAT with 6.5 K and another Ignite going to secure the game for the hometown team, for GCAT here, who are going to make it a 1-to-1 scoreline. Both teams unable to convert their attack.
Still though, I gotta give the kudos to GCAT. That was a phenomenal receive on both sides, both during the first salvo on the middle ridge, and then that 1-2 receive was absolutely stunning. So nicely done so far from GCAT. For Smile, yeah, look, to be fair, they kind of ended up cornering themselves into a very unfortunate position where they didn't really have much ground or any sort of key information to really play off. So it was the 1-2 push that was borderline necessary, really, at that point.
All right, GCAT and Smile are going to battle it out on Cliff. Both of those trying to take the second round for themselves. And GCAT coming in with double BZ, triple IS-7, and double CS63.
In the meantime, for Smile, the main difference is it's a quad 75 of BZs and the one singular AMX 50B plus the 2 CSs. So, look, I mean, I'd say this is looking to be a pretty curious matchup, including the fact that all of this IS-7s just switched off to Grouses as well. So what that could mean is very rapid contention on middle straight from the get-go, and it seems to be the same case for the Smile squad.
Both of those teams sending no one towards 1-2, so I believe we might be in for a bit of a shootout here as Cousin does get sent around the hill. That is something that Smile will not be aware of, as Volva here does decide to make it up and on top of the hill. Doesn't take any kind of damage for that, so we'll have to wait and see how it shapes out. Both of those teams sending
this is huge.
the heavy tanks towards the middle, and now the CS63 not yet revealing himself for the side of GCAT.
This is big. The position of that CS by Cousin is going to be huge. The damage output could be absolutely severe as well, and straight from the get-go, the trades are going absolutely nutty in favor of GCAT, though I say this, the health pool very rapidly dropping down.
Yeah, OP Hacker getting focused out, down towards a one-shot. I think Rico not able to get the pickup. Instead, it's Fly to pick up the first tank of the game. Lob obviously getting focused out by Cousin here. Is not going to get another reload in that 50B, I don't think, as Rico with the second bounce onto OP, and Dodoma with the pickup onto Hand. Some severe skill issues currently for the team of GCAT that are trailing in tanks, that are trailing in HP, that are getting shut out of this game.
Yeah, TYP as well on the opposite side, trying to battle it out with Sebastian, but at this point, yeah, GCAT, unfortunately, they had such a phenomenal start, but the conclusion of it, the practice of the actual push, definitely left to be, well, less to be desired off, really. So, look, I'm going to be honest, this was arguably one of the worst outcomes that GCAT could have had. The Doma does fall, but it's all sort of just, at this point, attempts at the return on the investments.
I mean, Dodoma there deciding to take the shot on towards the upper plate of that IS-7 at that angle, but now Tip here, there was a lot of guns aiming at him. That is why Sebastian just went for the proxy spot, takes the crossfire angle. So at that point in time, it is Smile just trying to shut it out here as Hokyao with the booster activation, trying to get close towards Fluky, but another bounced shot by Fluky here. But yeah, Hokyao, good penetration, it's not gonna matter. Cousin, once again, Cousin, who else remaining for the team of GCAT?
I mean, to a certain degree, there's a slight, ever so tiny opportunity for a clutch. But yeah, he just lost quite a fair bit of HP, and that clutch opportunity completely lost out.
Exactly. It is Smile 2. It's GCAT 1. All right, round number 4 in between Smile and GCAT. Smile looking forward to putting themselves on a match point, doing so once again with a 50B, then a CS, and the rest of the tanks. Quintuple BZ-75.
Yeah, quite an interesting choice here from Smile on the side of GCAT. We are looking at a double CS-63, 1 to go to Donut, 1 to go towards the cliff, and the remainder to head on over to the absolute brawl. 1 speed governor as well spotted for Rico as well, so hoping to maybe up the, momentum. Looking at the spread so far, a 50B to go towards the 1-2 line, but he's in for a very nasty surprise of an IS and a 50B to meet him there. So look, Keyhand, this might be a little bit of a quick venture for Locke.
I mean, we'll have to see. Upping the momentum, as you said, upping the ante isn't really possible for either of those teams. It's do or die here in the lower bracket. OP with a swing and a miss on towards Cousin, as it is going to be Volva trying to take the crossfire position on the northern part of the donut. He does succeed in doing so. No CS is currently on the ramp. Rico taking a shot for his trouble by the 50B, but he is going to make it. Oh, fly there, taking one by Cousin, so they do know that the CS-63 is there as well.
Yeah, the problem being is TYP took quite a fair bit of damage whilst climbing as well, which could make things a lot more problematic later down the line. Volvo, though, in his ditch, able to keep on outputting some damage onto middle. So as of now, Smile actually have a pretty good grip over the whole situation, with also having a 2,500 plus HP differential compared to GCAT. So Overall, GCAT are in a bit of a rough one. They need to recuperate some losses. The rotation over to Donut will be signaling for even more trouble to come.
Yeah, Smile here on their defense off cliff with a preemptive rotation in towards the donut. That's going to put a lot of pressure onto the I-7, but have they done themselves a favor? Actually not sure. They're starting to bleed. They opened up the middle now towards a repush by the tanks of GCAT. Also, there's crossfire available by Cousin and Rico on towards the BZs here as Fly trying to make it up the hill, or rather trying to make it away from everybody, quite literally, as he does get focused out. Sebastian on the hill trying to play ring around the rosy with Tip. And we'll have to see if that CS-63 is actually able to win the 1v1. Doesn't feel like it, but everybody with the pickup on to fly in the middle of the map.
Where's TYP going? No, he ended up getting himself as well rammed and out of the position. This is not good. Sebastian might just be able to just drop down and get rid of the CS-63. No, misses the shots. Okay, so TYP gets to rest a little bit for a brief moment. The problem being right now for Smile is that the health pool has actually been equalized, and better yet, now 1k HP up for GCAT.
Honestly, I have to really start questioning the decision-making for the team of Smile here. Why did they do that rotation to the donut? Why did they feel pressured into it? Now Volva getting set on fire as he was pushed off the position as well. Things are starting to go from bad to worse for the team from the Americas.
Yeah, Handsome will be basically just pushing up just to get rid of Volva as well. Then comes the ram, quite a nice amount of damage, plus the shot to double down. For Volva, yeah, this might be the last few bits of the opportunities, though I say this, Handsome on the reload, surely he can nail the shots here, which still could be quite problematic as the battle on the donut is still going hard.
Yeah, the battle in the donut still raging on. Double IS-7 currently on the minimap, getting committed in as we do also see another BZ of Smile playing Ring Around the Rosie with another tank, and OP actually with the bounce on towards the frontal hull of that 50B. Actually, that frontal hull of the 50B absolutely completely sturdy. Does he have a fourth shot available? Does not seem to be the case. So for the time being, OP is going to survive, but we can see everybody with a possible pickup here. OP finally with the pickup onto Hokyao, but the bleed was substantial. Both of those teams neck and neck, but GCAT, they do have more guns available. And Sebastian dropping down towards a one-shot.
Yeah, with the Doma falling as well, it's all down to the 3 remaining one-shot tanks. Volva, OP Hacker, and Sebastian to hold the hopes for NA to do anything, but no, misses the shot as well. Sebastian, my boy, you have to pen your shots.
Yeah, exactly. He was trying to surprise everybody, but he surprised nobody and got picked up in return. Handsome looking pretty good here on this second round of Cliff, and GCAT on their attack are going to probably most likely pick it up. They don't have a lot of HP between them, but what they do is probably the power of friendship, as they are once again going to equalize the scoreline. They're going to split the map, and this means that we are going to get ourselves at least 2 more rounds in the lower bracket.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. OP Hacker now missing the shots. Ooh, Cousin as well misses his there too. Rico coming around to try to do the play, but it's the shiny jump. Oh, he actually survives the jump as well. Cousin gets the finisher, and that is it. 2-0. Oh, 2-0.
All right, game number 5 in between Smile and GCAT. We're effectively down towards a best of 3 here. Very volatile, and Smile are trying to put themselves on towards the match point with, oh, that is a lot of meat that they have. A very beefy set of quadruple 60 TP, double mouse, and the T100 to boot.
Yeah, the T100 LT is going to be quite an interesting one. On the side of GCAT, it's instead the Bat Chat, a little bit more of a burst damage tank rather than the pure scouting, and then the Skunk as well to add that little bit more DPM to the whole scenario. Curious to see how will both teams really set themselves up, because for Smile, the whole lineup basically scrims, just hunker down, just tank up the damage, and then blast back. Whereas on the side of GCAT, it's mobility, it's aggression, get as much momentum as possible, and that is exactly what seems to be the case for the Flag 1, and perfect bounce as well for Hokkaido.
Yeah, Triple I7 getting towards the 1 cap. That is pretty old school. What is different, however, is the holdowns that are now in the 1 cap. Rico with that very potent crossfire position. This one is deterring OP from currently, driving in there 45 seconds, but now Hokyao with the commitment as well is going to lower that timer down towards 25 seconds. The pressure is on for the team of Smile, but at the same time, they already have double tank at the church.
Yeah, double tank at the church though for OP Hacker, he will need to get into the crossfire to do anything here. Finally, the Mouses are starting to make their way over from the church as well, and would be applying the pressure, but the tuck in is great right now from GCAT, not overexposing themselves too much, though the damage is starting to finally flow in, and now in comes the opportunity for the T100 LT to make the difference.
Yeah, and now I think GCAT realized that they are not going to be able to stay in that cap. In comes the overpush on towards OP, who has already retreated behind. That was good play by OP here. Hokyao with the first connection into OP. There's a second one, but the first kill already been done by Fluky. And that T100, OP is still alive and kicking, is probably going to do one more shot at least, as he puts in a big one. And currently the team of Smile here with a very comfortable lead in terms of HP. Yes, OP is going to go down, but the Mouses, they are coming close. The issue though, that the Mouses, they can be played around actually.
Yeah, they can be played around very eloquently. The Doma does fall, so that's one extra gun out of the equation. Fluky, his position is going to be quite key here as well, whilst the alpha damage of the T100 LT is not as potent as any other tank, but it's the ability to keep on poking that damage, and from a very comfortable distance too. For Vova, well, he would need to go down very quickly if GCAT wants to still have a very favorable matchup, but it doesn't look to be the case, as the attack is going to be borderline forfeited, but though I say that the differential is starting to creep up a little bit closer than expected.
I mean, Fluky there with the next kill for his team. He's really trying to go above and beyond with that T100 that doesn't have the alpha, doesn't have the DPM, but he is able to get those pickups, still full HP in that very mobile light tank. And now we'll have to see if GCAT is able to make those hull downs work in their favor. A miss coming out by Sebastian, who does get punished by Buhui in that E5. Now Rico also starting to fancy himself a bit of those peaks. Lop now breaking the 3k damage mark. Rico though getting picked up, leaving only Buhui, and also handsome Buhui, more like Boo-hoo, as he gets sent to the garage as well, and handsome not looking good as well. It's going to be Smile on the match point. It's going to be the Americas putting themselves ahead.
Well. Definitely something that, well, for Smile, it will make things a whole lot easier, but Handsome missing out from the majority of the fight certainly hurts quite a fair bit. And yeah, for GCAT, now the only opportunity for them to win out and to stay alive in the bracket is going to be, well, the tiebreaker.
And it is time to get into potentially the last game of the match, potentially the last game for GCAT in this competition. They are trying to stay alive with a singular CS, a singular S-Conk, double IS-7, double 60 TP, and the object 277.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lineup of the Smile, though. It's a double skunk, double mouse, two IS-7s, and a 62 double up. We were talking about the favorable attack. This one might just be it because, look, the DPM potential there, the fact that Sebastian and Lop, look, whilst we criticize them, we criticize Smile, they would be still two very able players. And, well, interestingly enough, well, interestingly or less interestingly, both of the mouses do go into the village without any sort of condition from the side of GCAT. So they are looking to fully commit to that one flag, and they will be right to do that.
Cousin there did get spot out, I think, even while he was changing modes, so he does take one for free here, and both teams are driving towards that cap on the 1-2 line. The one cap that has been the focus of attention last game as well. We do see big punishment in towards Fluky, and GCAT, they read this like an open book. They read that Smile was going to try and attempt to take that one cap immediately with that setup that is only consisting of heavy tanks, so no potential anyway to go for the 2 cap. This is why now Fluky is just taking a pounding here, a beating. He's down towards 288. It will require one more shot to take him out of the game, as Handsome does take aim, does bounce, and the quick double kill for the team of Smile that are now ahead in HP as well and in tanks.
Yeah, focus fire once again, starting to not really work out at all. Super Conqueror is about to start raining down even more fire between the 60 and the skunk. It is going to be quite rather problematic. Trying to hit the shots. Yep, there's the finisher as well. Unfortunately, this seems to be the last few breaths that GCAT are looking to take before the final conclusion of it all, because otherwise, unless Smile flops, unless a magical ammo rack happens, there is no way that the Chinese counterparts will be able to win this.
I mean, quick double kill here coming in for GCAT, though. Yes, they're trailing in HP, but they are definitely trying to fight to stay in this competition as everybody drops down to towards 470 feet. Sebastian has arrived. He is a unit in that mouse. He takes one more shot, but he doesn't care at this point, starting to drive onwards towards Tip here, who's down towards 924, and you can see him. He's trying to do anything, everything, but he does get shot down. His dreams get crushed. It is Sebastian to shut him out, and it is probably going to be Volva, the Volva from the North American server, to be finishing it off. GCAT drops out, and Smile stays alive.